Rain hammered the streets of downtown Chicago like a relentless accusation, turning the night into a blurred watercolor of neon lights and honking horns. Alex Rivera gripped the steering wheel of his beat-up Honda Civic, his knuckles white against the leather, as the wipers fought a losing battle against the downpour. In that split second when the semi-truck jackknifed across 3 lanes, he didn't think. He just acted, slamming on the brakes and veering toward the guardrail to avoid the mangled patrol car spinning wildly into the median. The impact was deafening, a symphony of crumpling metal and exploding airbags that left Alex's ears ringing and his chest heaving. He kicked open his door, ignoring the sting of rain on his face, and sprinted toward the upside-down cruiser, its lights flickering like a dying heartbeat. "Officer, can you hear me?" he shouted, dropping to his knees beside the shattered window, shards of glass slicing his palms as he reached inside to unbuckle the seatbelt of the unconscious man trapped inside. Sergeant Ryan Hale's uniform was soaked in blood, his face pale under the flashing hazards, but Alex's law school training kicked in. First-year torts class had drilled emergency protocols into his brain like a mantra. He braced the officer's neck with one hand, whispering frantic reassurances, while fumbling for his phone with the other to call 911. "This is Alex Rivera at the Eisenhower Expressway crash. Officer down, semi-truck collision. He's not responding." The dispatcher's voice crackled back, calm amid his panic, but Alex barely heard it over the roar of approaching sirens. By the time the first responders arrived, Alex was drenched, shivering, his dark hair plastered to his forehead, but he'd managed to ease Ryan onto a backboard, checking his pulse with steady fingers born of too many mock trials. Paramedics swarmed the scene, barking orders, and one of them, a burly guy with a mustache, clapped Alex on the shoulder. "You saved his life, kid. That body cam's gonna show the world what a hero looks like." Alex blinked through the rain, not fully grasping the words. Hero? He was just a third-year law student at Loyola, buried under case briefs and bar exam prep, navigating a life where coming out to his conservative family back in Texas had felt like defusing a bomb. Gay in the Windy City was liberating, sure, but it came with its own undercurrents of caution, stolen glances in coffee shops, apps swiped in secret, and the constant hum of "what if" that kept him from fully diving into anything real. As they loaded Ryan into the ambulance, Alex caught a glimpse of the officer's face under the oxygen mask, strong jaw, faint stubble, eyes fluttering open for a heartbeat that locked onto his. Gratitude? Recognition? It was too fleeting to tell. Alex wiped blood from his hands on his jeans, the metallic tang mixing with the ozone of the storm, and wondered if this was the kind of story that faded into the night or one that upended everything. Word spread faster than the floodwaters clogging the expressway. By morning, the Chicago PD had uploaded the body cam footage to their official YouTube channel, a raw, unedited clip titled "Civilian Hero Saves Officer in Fiery Crash." Alex's face, illuminated by the cruiser's dome light, filled the screen as he methodically assessed the scene, his voice steady despite the chaos. "Stay with me, man. Help's coming. You're gonna be okay." Views ticked up like a countdown to detonation. 10K, 50K, 500,000 by noon. His phone buzzed incessantly in his apartment on the north side, a cramped one-bedroom overlooking Lake Michigan's gray expanse. Texts from classmates. "Dude, that's you?" Emails from professors. "Inspirational. Let's discuss in class." And then, the call from his mother in Dallas, her voice thick with that Texas drawl laced with unspoken worry. "Alexander, what in heaven's name? We saw it on the news. You could have been killed." "Mom, I'm fine," he assured her, sinking onto his threadbare couch, the adrenaline crash leaving him hollow. It was instinct. "The officer, he's stable now," they said. But she pressed, her questions veering toward the familiar territory of his lifestyle, as she called it, ever since he'd come out 2 years ago. The video had painted him as the all-American savior, but to her, it was a reminder of risks he shouldn't take, of a world that didn't always welcome boys like him. Across town, in a sterile hospital room at Northwestern Memorial, Ryan Hale woke to the beep of monitors and the sting of IVs. His partner, Detective Lena Vasquez, sat vigil by his bed, scrolling through her phone with a grin that split her usually stoic face. You owe this guy your life, Hale. Look, over 1 million views already. CNN's sniffing around for an interview. Ryan groaned, his ribs protesting the movement, but he managed a weak smile. At 32, he'd seen enough pileups to know luck when it stared him in the face. Green eyes, quick hands, a voice that cut through the panic like a lifeline. That's what he remembered of his rescuer. Alex Rivera, Lena read from the report. 26, law student. Gay, from what his socials say. No priors, no drama. Just a good Samaritan. Gay. The word hung there, neutral in Lena's mouth, but Ryan felt a flicker. Curiosity? Something deeper? He'd grown up in a cop family, blue blood through and through, where emotions were boxed up tighter than evidence lockers. Divorced at 28, no kids, he poured himself into the job, patrolling the beat with a badge that shielded more than it revealed. But lately, doubts had crept in, whispers during late-night stakeouts about paths not taken, identities half-formed. Get him in here, Ryan rasped, throat raw from the tube they'd pulled hours ago. I want to thank him myself. Lena arched a brow. Already on it. PD's tracking him down. But heads up, this viral thing? It's gonna blow up your quiet life, hero boy. She meant Alex, but as Ryan closed his eyes against the fluorescent glare, he wondered whose life was really about to shatter. Alex's day unraveled in a whirlwind of notifications. His inbox overflowed with interview requests, local news, podcasts, even a feel-good segment on the Today Show. He dodged most, heading to the hospital instead, drawn by a mix of courtesy and that inexplicable pull from Ryan's fleeting gaze. The lobby buzzed with visitors, but security waved him through with a nod. Officer Hale's expecting you. The room smelled of antiseptic and wilted flowers. Ryan propped up on pillows, looking every bit the rugged survivor with bandages peeking from his collar. You, Ryan said, voice gravelly but warm, extending a hand that Alex shook firmly. I owe you everything. Just glad you're okay, Alex replied, pulling up a chair, his heart thudding inexplicably. Up close, Ryan was striking, broad shoulders, a scar tracing his jawline from some old scrape, eyes the color of storm clouds. Conversation flowed easy at first. The crash, the rain, Alex's quick thinking born of debating hypotheticals in lecture halls. But beneath it, tension simmered, unspoken questions bubbling like the fore-drip. You're a law student? Ryan asked, sipping water. Planning to take down bad guys from a courtroom? Alex laughed, a sound that eased the knot in his chest. Something like that. Civil rights, mostly. Fighting the good fight from behind a desk. He hesitated, then added, It's not as glamorous as your job. Ryan's gaze lingered. Glamorous? Try suicidal. But seeing that footage, you didn't hesitate. Most people would have driven by. There was admiration there, laced with something vulnerable, a crack in the armor. As Alex left, promising to check in, his phone lit up again, a DM from an unknown account. Saw the video. Proud of you. Jay Jordan, his ex from undergrad, the one who'd ghosted after a family ultimatum, leaving Alex with scars deeper than any crash. The message twisted like a knife. Was this coincidence, or had virality unearthed ghosts? That night, alone with a microwave burrito and the lake's restless waves crashing outside, Alex replayed the day. The hero label chafed, its spotlit parts of him he'd kept shadowed. The gay law student who'd volunteered at pride clinics, mentored queer youth, all while dodging his father's disappointed silences. What if this fame peeled back those layers, exposing not just courage, but the quiet ache of loving in a world that still judged? Little did he know, across the city, Ryan stared at the same video on his laptop, pausing on Alex's face frame by frame. For the first time in years, the badge felt heavy, not as protection, but as a barrier. And in that glow, a question formed. What if one night changed more than lives? What if it rewrote hearts? The viral wave crested the next morning with a bang. Alex's face graced the front page of the Chicago Tribune. Everyday hero, law student pulls cop from wreckage. Reporters camped his apartment building, forcing him to sneak out the back for class. Loyola's campus thrummed with whispers. Friends high-fived him in the quad, but strangers stared, phones poised for selfies. It's you, the guy from the crash. In torts, Professor Harlan, a silver-haired firebrand who'd clerked for the ACLU, deviated from negligence standards to laud Alex's poise. This is justice in action, folks. Not in briefs, but in bravery. Classmates cheered, but Alex shifted uncomfortably, the praise amplifying his isolation. Who was this hero? The kid who'd fled Texas after his first boyfriend dumped him for optics, or the man now dodging calls from national outlets? Lunch with his best friend, Miah offered brief sanctuary. A fierce paralegal and fellow queer advocate, with pixie-cut hair and a tattoo of the rainbow flag on her wrist, she slid him a coffee across the diner booth. You're trending on Twitter, babe. Crash hero Alex. But spill, what's the cop like? Cute. Alex rolled his eyes, but heat crept up his neck. Professional. Grateful. End of story. Mia's knowing smirk said she wasn't buying it. They'd met at a GLSEN fundraiser 2 years back, bonded over shared stories of immigrant parents grappling with their kids' queerness. Hers Taiwanese American, his Mexican. She was his anchor, the one who dragged him to his first drag brunch, coaxing laughter from grief. Professional my ass, she teased. I saw the footage. The way you looked at him. Sparks, honey. Alex waved her off, but her words lodged like shrapnel. Sparks? He'd sworn off them after Jordan, after the late-night confessions that ended in slammed doors. Meanwhile, Ryan's discharge brought no relief. Reporters hounded his precinct, painting him as the damsel to Alex's knight, a narrative that grated. I'm no victim, he grumbled to Lena over hospital jello. She laughed, but her eyes sharpened. Then own it. Invite him to the precinct barbecue. Thank him proper. The idea stuck, burrowing deep. Ryan's life was regimented. Shifts, gym, the occasional beer with the guys where talk veered safely to sports and scores. But Alex, openly gay, unapologetic in his vulnerability, stirred envy, a mirror to Ryan's own buried questions. Was it the painkillers, or had that green-eyed gaze unlocked something? Alex's phone rang as he walked home, rain finally easing to mist. Unknown number. He answered warily. Rivera? Sergeant Hale. Listen, the department's throwing a low-key thing Saturday. Come. As my personal guest. Heart slamming. Alex stammered yes before reason caught up. A barbecue? With badges and bravado? It screamed exposure, but the pull was magnetic. Sure. What should I bring? Just yourself, Ryan said, voice dropping softer. That's more than enough. Saturday dawned crisp, the kind of autumn bite that crisped the air over Grant Park. Alex arrived at the precinct's backyard lot in khakis and a button-down, clutching a six-pack like a shield. The crowd was a sea of uniforms off-duty, wives in sundresses, kids chasing frisbees, grills smoking with burgers and brats. Eyes turned as he wove through, murmurs rippling. That's him, the hero. Ryan spotted him from the picnic table, waving him over with a grin that crinkled his eyes. Glad you made it. Beer. He cracked one open, their fingers brushing in the exchange, a jolt Alex attributed to nerves. They talked for hours, the noise fading to background hum. Ryan shared war stories, not the glamorous busts, but the quiet failures. The kid he couldn't save from a drive-by, the partner lost to burnout. Alex countered with law school grind, the thrill of arguing for trans rights in moot court, the sting of a professor's offhand, that's so PC jab. You're fighting for people like us, Ryan said, the us slipping out unintended, hanging heavy. Alex's pulse quickened. Like us? Cops weren't exactly a monolith, but Ryan's tone carried weight, a bridge across divides. As dusk fell, lanterns strung like fireflies, a shadow crossed their ease. Jordan appeared at the gate, uninvited, looking windswept and remorseful. Alex? Saw the news. Had to see you. The ex's presence sucked the air thin, old wounds reopened, Jordan's charm masking cowardice, his family's bigotry the final straw. Ryan tensed beside him, hand instinctively on Alex's arm. Everything okay? The protectiveness was subtle, but it anchored Alex amid the storm. Old friend, he muttered, forcing a smile as Jordan approached, eyes pleading for a second chance. The conversation was a minefield, apologies laced with I was young, excuses wrapped in my folks. Alex's responses were clipped, civil, but inside, fury boiled. How dare he resurface now, when Alex was piecing himself together? Ryan watched, silent sentinel, And when Jordan pressed too close, murmuring, "We were good, weren't we?" Ryan cleared his throat. "Think he's made it clear, pal." Jordan's gaze flicked between them, sharpening with accusation. "Who's this?" "Your new bodyguard." The barb landed, laced with homophobic undercurrent, and the nearby chatter dipped. Alex's face burned, the hero facade cracking under scrutiny. He excused himself, stepping into the cooling night, breaths ragged. Ryan followed, finding him by the chain-link fence, city lights twinkling beyond. "Hey, you don't owe him shit. Or anyone." Alex turned, eyes glistening. "It's not that simple. Virality's got everyone thinking they know me. The savior, the out-and-proud poster boy. But inside, I'm still the guy scared of being seen." Ryan stepped closer, the space between them charged. "I see you. The real you. And it's brave." His voice cracked, confession edging in. Before Alex could respond, a shout from the party, Lena calling Ryan for a toast, shattered the moment. But as they rejoined the group, shoulders brushing, Alex felt the shift. This wasn't just gratitude. It was the spark Miah had teased about, flickering toward flame. And with Jordan's shadow lingering, the night whispered of conflicts yet to ignite. The precinct barbecue's afterglow lingered like smoke from the grills, but for Alex, it soured into unease. Jordan's intrusion replayed in his mind on loop during the L train ride home, the clatter of tracks underscoring his turmoil. Why now? The viral video had dredged up not just admirers, but excavators, unearthing relics he'd buried under casebooks and coffee-fueled all-nighters. By the time he keyed into his apartment, exhaustion warred with insomnia, Mia's text lighting his screen. "Spill on the cop barbecue. And that ex-drama? Call me." He did, collapsing onto his bed as her voice filled the line, sharp and soothing. "Jordan's a snake, Alex. Always was. But Hale? That man's got protector vibes. Lean into it." Her words coaxed a reluctant chuckle, but sleep came fitful, dreams tangled with screeching tires and accusing stares. Monday brought the deluge. Loyola's dean summoned him to her office, all polished oak and motivational posters. "Mr. Rivera, your story's a boon for the school. We've fielded calls from donors, potential scholarships." The flattery rang hollow. Alex nodded through it, mind on Ryan's us, that unintended bridge. Was it allyship, or echo of his own unspoken struggles? Classmates mobbed him post-lecture. One, a lanky second-year named Tyler, with a rainbow pin on his backpack, grinning ear to ear. "You're like famous. Protests next week for queer housing rights. Want to speak?" Alex demurred, the weight of expectation pressing. Fame amplified his voice, sure, but it also magnified vulnerabilities, turning private pains public. Across the loop, Ryan clocked back in at the 18th district, ribs taped but resolve ironclad. The crash had sidelined him a week, but desk duty chafed like ill-fitting blues. Lena slid him a coffee, smirking. "Heard about the ex at the barbecue. Drama much?" Ryan shrugged, heat rising. "Just looking out." But her arched brow said she saw through it. They'd partnered 3 years, her intuition sharper than any radar. Looking out, or looking at? Kid's got you twisted, Hale. He busied himself with reports, but Alex's face haunted the margins, those steady hands in the footage, the quiet fire in his eyes at the fence. Ryan's own history was a locked file. High school crushes on boys dismissed as phases, a college fling buried under frat boy facades, marriage to Sarah a safe harbor that capsized on complacency. Divorced, he'd vowed focus on the badge, but now? Cracks spiderwebbed. A lead popped that afternoon, a tip on the semi-driver, suspected DUI with priors. Ryan and Lena hit the streets, pounding pavement in Pilsen, but the interview yielded squat. Frustration mounted, mirroring the internal churn. By shift's end, he texted Alex on impulse. "Coffee tomorrow? My treat. No exes, promise." Alex's reply buzzed quick. "Deal." 10 a.m., Intelligentsia. The cafe hummed with laptop warriors and baristas calling orders, steam curling like secrets. Alex arrived early, nursing a flat white, his mind a whirl of pros and cons. Pros: Ryan's easy laugh, the way he listened without judgment. Cons: the power imbalance, the risk of hero worship curdling into something messy. Ryan slid into the booth, casual in jeans and a Henley that hugged his frame, bringing the scent of autumn leaves. Thanks for coming. Been replaying that night. You're calm. Wish I had half that in court. Alex sipped, buying time. Adrenaline's a hell of a drug. But you cops? Facing it daily. Respect. Talk veered to lighter waters. Ryan's love for White Sox games. Alex's obsession with indie bands. Laughter bridged gaps, but undercurrents pulled. Ryan's knee brushing Alex's under the table, accidental yet electric. Then, the pivot. About the other night, Ryan started, fingers tracing his mug. Jordan, he got under your skin. Deserved. Alex exhaled, the question a key turning locks. He was my first real. Everything. Promised forever. Then bailed when his dad threatened to cut him off. Left me questioning if love's just conditional. Vulnerability spilled, raw and unfiltered, the viral armor shed. Ryan leaned in, voice low. That's on him, not you. Real love doesn't tally costs. His eyes held Alex's, intensity building, until a barista's shout shattered it. But the seed planted, roots tentative. As they parted, Ryan's hand lingered on Alex's shoulder. This, us talking, means something. Don't let ghosts steal it. Alex nodded, warmth blooming despite the chill wind off the river. But ghosts weren't done haunting. That evening, a package arrived at Alex's door. No return address, just a USB drive inside. Heart pounding, he plugged it in, footage flickering to life. Grainy clips of him at Pride rallies, whispers from undergrad parties, Jordan's voiceover sneering. Think you're a hero? Wait till they see the real you. Blackmail? Exposure? Panic clawed. Who sent this? He called Miah, voice trembling. Someone's digging. This could ruin everything. The school, the video's glow. She soothed, promising to trace it, but sleep evaded, shadows lengthening. Ryan's night fared no better. A call from his sister, Emily, back in the suburbs, widowed mom to 2 teens, his rock. Saw you on the news with that guy? Friend. Her tone casual, but probing. Ryan deflected, but it stirred silt. His family's quiet acceptance of his divorce, but queerness? Uncharted, fraught. Next day, their coffee evolved to lunch, a falafel joint in Wicker Park, where murals splashed color on brick. Alex confided the USB, omitting details, and Ryan's cop instincts flared. Let me help. Unofficially. Gratitude swelled, but so did caution, involving Ryan wrist entanglement. Yet as they walked off the meal, leaves crunching underfoot, hands nearly linking, Alex felt the tide turn. This wasn't rescue reciprocity. It was connection, fragile and fierce. Twists brewed, though. Jordan texted again. We need to talk. That video. It's bringing back what we had. Alex blocked him, but unease festered. At Loyola, Tyler cornered him post-class. Protest speech, say yes. Your story's perfect for the cause. Tempted, Alex agreed, drafting words that night. On visibility's double edge, how heroism masked hurt. But delivering it meant bearing more, inviting scrutiny. Ryan, meanwhile, pulled strings, running the USB's postmark through databases. It traced to a P.O. box linked to Jordan's old address. Rage simmered. This wasn't love's echo, but control's claw. He confronted Alex over pizza that Friday, corner booth at Peace Brewery. It's him. The ex. We can press charges, harassment. Alex paled, for pausing. No cops. Not yet. It'll explode everything. Ryan's jaw tightened. You're worth protecting. The words hung, charged, and in the dim light, their gazes locked, a precipice. Alex broke first. Why me? Why now? Ryan swallowed, truth rising. Because you make me want to be braver. About everything. Silence stretched, electric. Then, tentative, Ryan's hand covered Alex's. No pull away. A beginning, whispered. But outside, rain lashed again, omen of storms. Jordan watched from across the street, phone recording, plot thickening. And in the shadows, another figure, a reporter, scenting scandal, ready to twist hero into headline. The protest dawned gray, Wrigleyville sidewalks slick with drizzle. Alex stood at the makeshift podium in Boys Town, megaphone in hand, heart hammering. 200 gathered, queer youth with signs reading, love wins, but fight first. Allies chanting against housing discrimination. Miah flanked him, thumbs up fierce. His speech poured out. We cheer heroes on screens, but in shadows, We battle alone. That crash? It stripped me bare, showed the world my courage, but also my cracks. Being gay isn't a plot twist. It's the story. And stories demand we rise, together. Cheers erupted, phones capturing every word, but Alex's eyes scanned the crowd. Ryan was there, incognito in a hoodie, not subtle but proud. Warmth flooded, but so did dread. Jordan lurked at the edge, face twisted. Post-rally, as hugs and high-fives swirled, Jordan lunged forward. You think speeches fix us? You're parading pain. Words slurred, breath boozy, security, volunteer allies, hauled him back, but not before he shoved a flyer into Alex's hand. Tell the truth, or I will. Trembling, Alex unfurled it. A printed still from the USB, captioned Hero's Hidden Life. Miah snatched it, fury blazing. We're reporting this. Ryan materialized, pulling Alex aside. Enough. Let me handle it. His presence steadied, but conflict brewed. Alex's aversion to police entanglements clashed with need for shield. That night, over takeout in Alex's apartment, barriers crumbled. I get it, Ryan said, cross-legged on the rug. Cops aren't always saviors. My beat seen too much brutality against folks like you. Confession followed, his own brushes with bias, the locker room jokes he'd laughed off to fit. Alex listened, then shared his own, Texas taunts, the fear that law school was armor against rejection. Vulnerability bridged them, hands entangling naturally. No kiss. Not yet. Just the press of palms, promise and pressure. But dawn brought escalation. The Tribune ran a blind item. Crash heroes past. Ex-lover spills secrets? Anonymous, but Jordan's fingerprint screamed. Views on the original video surged. Comments turning toxic. Wait, he's gay? Figures, attention whore. Alex's phone rang. His father, voice stern. Son, this noise. It's not us. Come home, sort it. Rejection stung, old wounds weeping. Ryan arrived unannounced, takeout bags swinging. We're in this. Together. His hug was iron, but eyes held fear. His captain had called, warning of optics if the story linked them. As they ate, plotting next moves, restraining order, media statement. Intimacy bloomed in glances, touches. Yet outside, thunder rumbled, heralding the real storm. A leaked audio from Jordan, twisting their college romance into predatory lies, aimed to topple Alex's pedestal. The fallout hit like a semi. Social media erupted, cancel Crash Hero trending, detractors dredging every old photo. Loyola placed Alex on administrative leave, pending review. Precaution, they said, but it felt like exile. Miah rallied troops, organizing a counter-narrative, but Alex spiraled, doubts devouring. Maybe I am the villain, too open, too much. Ryan refused the narrative, driving him to the lakefront at midnight, waves crashing catharsis. You're light and dark. Don't dim. Under stars, he cupped Alex's face, thumb tracing jaw. I've been hiding too. Bye, probably. Scared shitless. The admission unlocked floodgates. Tears, laughter, a forehead press that spoke volumes. No labels forced, just truth shared. But resolve hardened with mourning. They filed the report together, Ryan recusing from lead to avoid conflict. Jordan's arrest came swift, harassment, threats, his family's influence crumbling under evidence. Relief washed, but scars lingered. Alex returned to class amid applause, but whispers persisted. Ryan's precinct buzzed with support, Lena spearheading an ally training. Yet the deepest twist waited. Emily called Ryan, voice trembling. Saw the posts. About you. And him. Talk to me. Sibling bridge extended, tentative. Alex's family. Radio silence, until a letter arrived. His mother's script, apologizing for distance, pride peeking through pain. We love you. All of you. In the quiet after, Alex and Ryan met at the crash site. Guardrail mended, a plaque now, in memory of courage. Hands linked openly, they vowed not survival, but thriving, against prejudices, through twists, into love's uncharted. Weeks blurred into a fragile normalcy, the viral storm ebbing to ripples. Alex buried himself in finals prep, footnotes and precedents a balm against the bruise of exposure. The restraining order held Jordan at bay, His socials gone dark, whispers of rehab floating from mutuals. But victory tasted bittersweet. Trust, once shattered, mended slow. Ryan's shifts pulled him eastward, toward quieter beats in Bronzeville, where community policing meant more conversations than collars. Their dates, stolen, sweet, unfolded in hidden corners. Art house films in Logan Square. Walks along the 606 trail where graffiti bloomed defiant. No grand gestures, just the steady build of we, hands brushing in crowds, knees touching under diner tables. One evening, over ramen at a hole in the wall, Ryan broached the unspoken. Captain's writing me about personal distractions. Thinks the hero duo's a liability. His fork paused, eyes searching Alex's. You ever worry that this, us, costs too much? Alex set down his chopsticks, the steam between them mirroring the haze in his chest. Every day, law firms scout me now, but half glance at my profile like it's a red flag. And you, the job's your skin. I won't be the tear. Honesty cut, but freed. Ryan's nod was resolve, pulling him across the table for a quick, fierce kiss. Their first in public, risky, right? It ignited something, that press of lips tasting of soy and possibility. Back at Alex's, barriers dissolved not in heat, but in unraveling. Shirts shed to reveal tattoos. Ryan's anchor for lost comrades. Alex's equality scales inked post coming out. They talked till dawn, bodies close but chaste, mapping scars like constellations. Mia's approval came via group chat emoji storm, but caution tempered joy. Pace it, boys. World still got teeth. She was right. A department newsletter featured Ryan's recovery, photo cropped to exclude Alex, caption neutral but pointed. Then, the curveball, an invite to a national law conference in D.C., panel on courage in crisis, civilians and cops. Alex's name headlined, alongside Ryan as co-speaker. Share your story, the organizer emailed. Inspire the next generation. Exhilaration warred with terror. Public tandem? It screamed relationship, inviting dissection. Ryan's call crackled with equal parts thrill and dread. We do it together? Or bow out? Together, Alex decided, voice steady. Prep sessions turned intimate, rehearsing lines over wine, laughter punctuating nerves. Ryan's vulnerability shone, admitting badge-blocked emotions, the by-awakening that Alex catalyzed. You make hiding impossible. Thank God. The flight east was turbulence-free, but landing stirred ghosts. DC's marble halls echoed power, the conference hotel a hive of suits and stances. Their panel drew overflow, seats filled with aspiring attorneys, officers, activists. Alex opened, voice clear. Courage isn't absence of fear, it's action despite it. That night, I saw a man, not a uniform. Helped because humanity demands it. Ryan followed, raw. Alex didn't save a cop, he saved me. Exposed not just my life, but questions I dodged. About identity, about who we protect. Pauses drew breaths, then applause thundered, questions flooding. Post-panel, a cluster of queer law students cornered them. Your story, it's us. Out and unapologetic. One, a trans woman named Riley with fierce eyeliner, slipped Alex her card. Mentor me? The field's brutal. He pocketed it, promise made, but as the crowd thinned, a familiar face emerged, Professor Harlan from Loyola, grinning. Knew you had it. But watch your back, not everyone's clapping. Dinner that night sealed the high. A rooftop bistro overlooking monuments aglow. Toasts to survival, to them. Ryan's foot hooked Alex's under the table, eyes promising more. Back in the room, they crossed lines gently, kisses deepening, hands exploring with reverence, bodies aligning in trust geometry. No rush, just revelation, whispers of mine, breaths sinking like heartbeats. Morning brought the plummet. Alex's phone exploded, voicemails from Miah. Check the feeds. Jordan's out. Bail, apparently, his family's lawyers spinning release. Worse, a blog post. Crash hero's lover. Cop or cover? Anonymous, but venom pure, twisting their DC trip into flaunting privilege. Damage rippled. Ryan's captain summoned via video, face thunderous. This leaks to brass. Suspension. Keep it clean, hail. Alex's dean emailed. Clarify association, professional only? Betrayal burned. Who fed the beast? They pieced it. A conference attendee, perhaps, or Jordan's network. Paranoia crept. Dates curtailed, calls coded. Yet adversity forged steel. Ryan confided in Lena, her support iron. Own your truth. Departments evolving, slow, but sure. She even hosted a small dinner, her wife cooking tamales, toasting to badges and briefs. Alex leaned on Tyler and Riley, virtual study group turning therapy, shared tales of microaggressions, resilience recipes. His speech evolved, incorporating the smear, hate tests heroes. We passed by persisting. But the deepest cut came home. His father's call, post-blog, this cop business. It's turning heads wrong. Think of your mother. No rage, just weary disappointment. The Texas drawl heavy with prejudice's weight. Alex hung up, tears hot, collapsing into Ryan's arms at the precinct lot. They see scandal, not love. Ryan held tight, whispering, we'll show them. Rewrite the narrative. Plot thickened with purpose. They drafted a joint op-ed for the Sun-Times. From crash to connection, why visibility matters. Words wove their story. Crash, courage, the quiet battle against bias in blues and bars. Published Sunday, it trended positive, love in uniform countering hate. Responses poured. Support from queer cop networks, invites to panels. Even Emily visited, hugging Ryan fierce. Brother, you glow. He's good for you. Her acceptance unlocked floods, childhood stories, sibling secrets. Jordan's shadow loomed, though. A violation notice. He'd pinged Alex's block number via burner. Ryan pushed charges, court date set. Testimony prep bound them tighter, mock cross-exams laced with levity. As winter nipped Chicago's heels, their bond deepened. Thanksgiving at Miah's, Ryan meeting her sprawling Chin clan, chopsticks clacking over turkey. Laughter healed, but eyes met across the table, promising futures. Yet fate twisted again. Ryan's ex, Sarah, surfaced. Not vengeful, but curious. Coffee meetup, her asking, this Alex. Does he make you whole? Ryan's yes was cathartic, closure claimed. Alex's family thawed incrementally. His mother's care package arrived. Tamales from a recipe tweaked, with love, no judgments. Small steps, seismic. Climax brewed in court. Jordan's hearing. Harassment escalated to stalking. Alex took the stand, voice unwavering. You didn't love me. You own me. Virality freed me. Your threats chain. Ryan's testimony sealed. Evidence chain irrefutable. Judge's gavel fell. Guilty. Probation. Therapy mandated. Outside. Rain sheeting. They embraced. Victory sweet, but sobering. It's over, Alex breathed. Not over, Ryan murmured, kissing temple. Just beginning. But beginnings birth unknowns. A promotion whisper for Ryan. Detective desk, more scrutiny. Alex's bar exam loomed, firms circling warily. Love's path, paved with perseverance. In the afterglow, they drove to the lake, windows down, wind whipping. Where to? Ryan asked. Everywhere, Alex replied, hand in his. Together. Spring unfurled in tentative greens along the Chicago River, mirroring the cautious bloom in Alex and Ryan's world. The court victory had caged Jordan's chaos, but echoes lingered. Nasty grams in junk mail, sidelong glances at the grocery. Alex channeled it into advocacy, guest lecturing at community colleges on digital privacy for queer folks, his voice gaining gravel from lived grit. Ryan's promotion to detective landed with fanfare. A corner desk at the 18th, Lena as partner proper. Brass clapped his back, but whispers followed. Hale's got that boyfriend glow. Hope it doesn't bite. He shrugged it off, badge polished. But home with Alex, armor dropped. Evenings blurred into domestic rhythm. Shared cooking disasters. Ryan's burnt stir-fry redeemed by Alex's salsa verde. Laughter echoing off exposed brick. Mia's engagement to her girlfriend, a pediatrician named Sophia, sparked planning frenzy. You too. Best men, she demanded over brunch at Wishbone, cornbread crumbling under forks. Alex beamed, but Ryan hesitated, for pausing. Honor, yeah? But speeches? More handcuffs than hearts. Their ribbing eased into deeper waters, wedding vows mirroring their own unvoiced commitments. Ever think? Rings. Alex ventured later, sprawled on the couch. Ryan's head in his lap during a Blackhawks game. Ryan's fingers traced Alex's thigh, thoughtful. Yeah, but timing. Your bar, my caseload. And families. Emily was on board, her kids calling Alex Uncle A. But the Riveras? Dinners in Texas loomed, a bridge half-built. Alex's bar exam prep consumed summers, flashcards carpeting the apartment like confetti. Ryan quizzed him over midnight runs along the lakefront, breath sinking to pounding feet. Torts, duty of care, breach leading to proximate cause. Alex panted, high-fiving at the finish line buoy. Success crowned effort. Pass letter arrived, champagne popped. Firms pounced. ACLU affiliate offering civil rights junior associate, salary modest, but mission aligned. Alex signed, tears pricking as Ryan hugged him fierce. Knew you'd slay. But joy jarred with jolt. A case landed immediate. Pro bono for a trans teen evicted by bigoted landlords. Echoes of his own battles. Late nights bled into dawn, briefs stacking like accusations. Ryan supported silent, coffee brewing, shoulders for venting. You're changing lives, he'd say, massage easing knots. Their first trip together tested waters. A weekend cabin in Door County, Wisconsin, leaves turning fiery. No signals, just them. Hikes through birch groves, hands linked unself-conscious, skinny dipping in chilly Lake Michigan coves, splashes dissolving to slow kisses on pebbled shores. Night fires crackled confessions. Ryan's fear of vulnerability in the job, Alex's imposter syndrome in suits. Intimacy flowered natural, bodies learning rhythms in flannel sheets, touches tender, exploratory. Mornings dawn tangled, coffee scents mingling with pine. This, us, is home, Ryan murmured, Alex's yes avow. Return brought reality's bite. Ryan's case, a string of bias crimes against queer bars, hit close. Stakeout dragged weeks, tension coiling. One night, post-bust, he stumbled home bruised, lips split from a scuffle. Alex cleaned wounds with steady hands, echoing that rainy crash. Can't lose you, he whispered, antiseptic sharp. Ryan pulled him close. Won't happen, promise. But eyes shadowed doubt. The job's toll mounted, prejudices within ranks festering. Mia's wedding weekend in Milwaukee amplified highs. Rehearsal dinner toasts roasted gently, Lena quipping, from crash pads to crash landings in love. Alex's speech wove humor with heart. Mia's my sister in fight. Ryan, my partner in peace. Cheers rose, but a tipsy uncle's aside. Cops and lawyers? Volatile mix, stung subtle. Ceremony lakeside glowed, vows exchanging under arches of wildflowers. As best men, they flanked the altar, Ryan's hand brushing Alex's in solidarity. Reception danced till midnight, slow song pulling them close, body swaying to Colby Calais. Marry me. Ryan breathed, half jest. Alex's laugh bubbled. Ask right, detective. But seed planted, roots delving. Back in Chicago, conflict crested. Alex's firm assigned a high-profile suit, challenging a state's bathroom bill remnants, pitting him against old Texas ties. Research unearthed his father's law firm as opposing counsel, conflict incarnate. Confrontation brewed over family call. Dad, it's me on the other side. For rights, basic ones. Silence stretched, then sigh. Alexander, law's business. Hearts aside. Hurt lanced. Alex hung up, slamming doors. Ryan found him pacing the balcony, city hum below. Families fracture, but reform. His own call to Emily yielded wisdom. Push gentle. Loves the lever. Texas trip crystallized. Christmas Eve, Alex flew solo, Ryan covering shift. Airport nerves knotted gut. Dallas sprawl felt alien. Lights twinkling judgment. Homecoming mixed. Mother's embrace warm. Tamales steaming, but father's handshake cool, eyes avoiding. Dinner table tension simmered, small talk skating surfaces. Then, post-feast, solitude with dad in the study. Leather chairs, bourbon poured. Proud of your pass, he started, gruff. But this? Activism. It's loud. Alex leaned forward. It's necessary. Like you taught, justice blind. Debate flowed, barbs softening to questions. The cop, Ryan. Serious? Yeah. He sees me. All. Vulnerability cracked ice. Father's nod reluctant. Give it time. Us too. Morning brought truce. Family photo including Alex's rainbow mug, mother's wink. Flight home lighter, text to Ryan. Bridge building. Your turn. Ryan's family holiday yielded similar. Emily's brewed chaotic joy. Sarah even attending, cordial toast. Happiness suits you, she said genuine. New Year dawned collaborative. They hosted a watch party, friends, allies, countdown cheers. Kiss at midnight sealed resolutions. Commitment, unapologetic. But spring storms brewed darker. Ryan's bias case cracked wide. Lead suspect a rogue cop. Internal affairs snarling. Whispers turned accusations. Hail soft on pervs, cause he's won. Lena defended fierce, but isolation bit. Alex rallied, drafting amicus briefs for the trial, his firm's resources arming. Court days blurred, testimonies harrowing, victims' voices breaking, Ryan's cross unyielding. Climax hit mid-trial. Ambush outside courthouse, protesters clashing, Ryan shielding a witness, and Alex arriving late. Shove turned swing, fist glancing his jaw. Chaos erupted, badges swarming. But in the melee, Ryan took a knee to the gut, wind knocked. ER weight blurred worry. Stitches for Alex, bruises for Ryan. Shared gurney, hands clasped. Told you volatile, Ryan wheezed, grin pained. Alex's retort soft, worth every bruise. Discharge brought packed. Therapy, joint, couples counseling to unpack job's shadows, love's lights. Summer solstice marked pivot. Alex's promotion to senior associate. Ryan's commendation for the bust. Celebration at the crash site's plaque, now etched with their names. Unofficial, but theirs. There, under twilight, Ryan knelt, ring glinting. Simple band, silver promise. Marry me? Not despite the world, with it. Tears blurred Alex's yes. Kiss sealing amid cheers from gathered friends. Miah whooping, Lena snapping pics. But vows waited. First, battles. A national bill loomed, anti-LGBTQ riders attached. Alex's firm led challenge. Ryan testified as ally cop. Media frenzy reignited old virality, but now, they faced it armored, together. In quiet moments, doubts whispered, sustainability? But answers came in touches, in I do rehearsals whispered at dawn. Love's plot twisted, but they rode on. Heroes not of footage, but fortitude. Engagement news rippled like the viral video once had, but softer, steadier. Congratulations from allies, side eyes from skeptics. Alex's ring, a discreet band etched with scales and shield, caught light during depositions, sparking questions from colleagues. The cop? Bull. He wore it proud. Conversations turning to tales of the crash, now legend in legal lore. Ryan's precinct evolved uneven. A queer affinity group formed, Lena chairing, Ryan co-sponsor. Meetings in back rooms brewed change. Training modules on implicit bias. Guest speakers like Alex dissecting landmark cases. Progress incremental, but palpable. A young officer, out and anxious, confided in Ryan post-session. Thanks for making space. Badge brotherhood shifted, cracks filling with color. Wedding planning injected levity amid grind. Venue haunt. A lakeside pavilion in Evanston, willows draping like veils. Miah as planner-in-chief, Sophia vetoing too frilly. Guest list ballooned. Loyola profs, precinct pals, Texas kin tentative RSVPs. Alex's parents committed, hotel booked, a concession to growth. But Fisher's faulted family front. Father's email arrived midsummer, ceremony. Will attend. But the vows, keep traditional. Subtext screamed discomfort, pronouns avoided. Alex forwarded to Ryan, hurt raw. They're trying. Halfway something. Ryan's response, weekend drive to Dallas, unannounced olive branch. Airport rental hummed south, tension thick as humidity. Dinner reservation at a steakhouse, neutral ground, steaks sizzling. Father's grip firm on Alex's shoulder, mother's smile tentative. Ryan charmed easy, cop stories sanitized, law parallels drawn. Your son's brilliant. Taught me justice's heart. Post-meal walk, father pulled Alex aside. He's solid. Like you. Admission unlocked dam. Hugs exchanged, tears masked by dusk. Drive home cathartic, Ryan's hand steady on gear shift. Worth the miles. Fall foliage framed their lives, cases converging. Alex's bathroom bill challenge hit federal court. Ryan's testimony pivotal. Uniforms protect all, or none. Cross-exam probed personal. Your relationship bias your view? Ryan's rebuttal steel. Love sharpens sight. Counselor. Hides nothing. Verdict. Injunction granted. Cheers erupted in halls. Press conference post-ruling. Hands linked open. Flashbulbs popping. Questions flying. Advice for couples like yours? Alex fielded. Persist. Prejudices crumble under proof. But proof demanded price. Ryan's rogue cop case resurfaced skeletons. Internal probe fingering higher-ups in cover-ups. Whistleblower status tempted, but peril loomed. Demotion, danger. Late nights debated over whiskey. Expose or endure? Alex's counsel. Endure slow death. You're the hero who acts. Resolution. Anonymous leak to IA. Evidence airtight. Fallout fierce. Suspension pending review. Precinct fracturing loyalties. Isolation hit hard. Ryan paced their apartment. Badge tossed on counter. What if they break me? Alex drew him down. Words weapon. Then we rebuild. Stronger. Support surged unexpected. Lena's petition for reinstatement. Signed precinct-wide. Emily flew in. Kids in tow. Fortifying with pie and pep talks. Uncle Ryan's unbreakable. Suspension stretched weeks. Job hunt interim. Consulting gigs. Adjunct teaching at community college. Students, diverse and driven, reignited fire. A non-binary kid's essay on cop reform echoing Ryan's regrets. You live it, they said. Purpose pivoted, not perished. Alex's caseload swelled. Pro bono a trans clinic defending against defunding. Clinic director, a drag queen named Vesper with sequins and savvy, became confidant. Marriage? Honey, that's revolution in pearls. Bridal showers blended. Vesper's troupe performing, Miah's toasts tear-jerking. Winter wedding loomed, snow-dusting plans. Vows workshop with officiant. A queer rabbi blending traditions. Wove personal. In crashes and calm, we choose each other. Rings resized, suits tailored. Alex's navy slim, Ryan's charcoal crisp. But eve of broad eruption. Father's call, weather's bad. Flight's grounded. Send regards. Excuse thin, rejection roiling. Alex's voice cracked confronting. Dad, it's our day. Show up, or lose this. Silence, then concession, we'll drive. Be there. Relief mixed resolve, family mended mid-fracture. Ceremony day dawned crisp, lake frozen fringe. Pavilion glowed lanterns, guests bundled, 200 strong, rainbow sashes optional. Miah radiant in ivory, Sophia's grin perpetual. Aisle music, indie folk, Alex's band pick. Ryan waited altar side, eyes locked as Alex approached, arm in mother's, father beaming flank. Vows exchanged, voices steady. Ryan's, you pulled me from wreckage, literal, figurative. I vow to hold you through every storm. Alex's, your badge guards, but your heart homes. I vow courage daily. Kiss sealed, cheers thundered, cake cut amid confetti. Dance floor swirled. Lena twirling Emily, Tyler leading Riley. Father's toast surprised. To sons who teach fathers. Love wins. Tears flowed free. Honeymoon beckoned. Cabin revisit, now snow-shrouded. Paths shoveled. Fires roaring. Bodies warming in down duvets. Conversations delved dreams. Adoption musings. House hunts in Andersonville. Kids? Ryan asked, fingers laced. With you? Yeah. Return thrust reality. Ryan's hearing loomed, IA grilling. Alex prepped mock, role reversal from crash days. Verdict, cleared, reprimand light, commendation for integrity. Brass grumbled, but ranks rallied, queer groups swelled. Spring bloomed joint ventures, co-authoring op-ed on police queer alliances, podcast invites. Alex's book deal whispered, memoir pitch, from viral to vows. Ryan guested episodes, voice gravel gold. Yet undercurrents churned. A new case for Alex, challenging military band remnants, client a by vet, Ryan's mirror. Testimonies intertwined pains, duty clashed with self. Victory small, but seismic. Anniversary neared, first as husbands. Surprise planned. Hot air balloon over dunes, dawn ascent. Basket lift, world shrinking, hands clasped. To more twists, Ryan toasted champagne. Alex's grin, and triumphs. But plot thickened domestic. Positive test, surrogate match, Emily's offer. Parenthood's precipice thrilled, terrified. Consults with docs, talks with kin, world expanding. Challenges lingered. Firm's conservative merger rumors. Ryan's beat rotation to high risk. But toolkit richer. Therapy check-ins, date nights mandatory. In sunset glows, they reflected. Crash's chaos birthed this. Love defying divides. Heroes? No. Humans, holding fast. Parenthood's prospect painted futures vivid, but paths wound thorny. Surrogacy paperwork stacked like briefs, consultations blending joy with jargon. Emily's enthusiasm anchored. Auntie M's ready, diapers and all. But Alex's parents? Video calls tentative, questions probing. Adoption easier, no? Subtleties stung, but progress persisted. Grandpa's toy truck mailed, note attached, for the little lawyer. Ryan's caseload lightened post-promotion, detective desk affording work-life flex. He dove into community outreach, partnering with Alex's firm for legal clinics in underserved neighborhoods. Queer youth coding sessions laced with rights workshops. One evening, post-clinic, a teen approached. Your story, the video, got me through coming out. Impact rippled, purpose profound. Anniversary balloon ride lingered legend, but ground pulled. Alex's book deadline loomed. Manuscript a mosaic of crash chaos. Love's labor, societal skirmishes. Ryan beta read chapters. Red pen gentle. More you, less polish. Edits evolved evenings. Wine-fueled, laughter punctuating revisions. Firm merger materialized. Brass shifting conservative. Alex's caseload reassigned. High-profile LGBTQ wins to safer hands. HR meeting chilled. Optics, Alexander. Clients wary. Outrage boiled. He tendered notice. Bridge burned bright. Won't dim my light, he told Ryan, resume polished overnight. Job hunt sparked serendipity. Solo practice offer. Boutique firms specializing civil liberties. Partners queer inclusive. Launch party small. Friends. Family. Toasts to Rivera and Hale legal. Tongue-in-cheek nod. Ryan's badge clinked glasses. To justice, joint. Parenthood progressed. Surrogate matched. IVF underway. Ultrasounds firsts. Tiny heartbeat thumping. Tears mutual. Names brainstormed. Jordan for a girl? No, scars too fresh. Elias, after Alex's abuelo. Miah, Ryan's maternal echo. But bliss buckled under blow. Ryan's routine patrol. Domestic call gone awry. Suspect turning on him. Knife flash, slash across forearm. ER again, stitches 20, but psyche scarred deeper. Nightmares woke him sweating, Alex soothing. Here. Safe. PTSD whispers grew. Mandatory leave. Therapy intensified. Ryan resisted. Cops tough it. Alex's push gentle. Tough shares burdens. Couple sessions unpacked. Badges burden. Love's lift. Community rallied. Lena covering shifts. Vespers cabaret fundraiser for mental health. Alex paused book, prioritizing presence. Lake walks, hand-holding healing. Summer swelled with swells. Baby shower lakeside, blues and badges theme. Gifts piled. Onesies embroidered, future activist. Tiny shield plushies. Mia's ultrasound envy. Your turn inspires ours. Challenges compounded. Alex's firm hit headlines. Lead partner outed involuntarily. Scandal swirling. Solidarity surged. Alex testified at ethics board. Voice vanguard. Win bitter. Partner cleared, but firm fractured. Ryan's return phased. Desk first. Case assigned. Cold file on unsolved queer bashing. Echoes of his bias bust. Digging unearthed corruption. Brass ties. Cover-up confirmed. Dilemma. Pursue. Peril self. Alex's advice. Truth's your beat. Leak strategic. Press tipped. Scoop landed. Inquiries launched. Fallout fierce. Ryan sidelined again, but accolades followed. Union award for valor. Fall harvest yielded harvest. Surrogate's milestone. Viability confirmed. Nursery painted neutral. Walls murals of prairies and precincts. Names finalized. Walls updated. Love's legacy locked. Book launch coincided. Crash course in courage. Signing lines snaking bookstore. Ryan front row. Elias bump symbolic. Reviews raved. Raw, resonant, LGBTQ love letter to resilience. Tour Mini, Chicago reads, DC panel revisit. Winter wrapped wondrous. Birthday dawned flurried, hospital hum holy. Elias Miah Hail Rivera arrived wailing, tiny fists fierce. First hold, Ryan's tears, Alex's awe, ours, whispered, world shrinking to swaddle. Parenting plunged primal, sleepless sinks, midnight feeds, burp cloths battlefield. Mia's baby shower reciprocity, Annie Judy's, Sophia's pediatric wisdom. Families fused, Texas grandparents zooming coups, Emily's visits chaotic joy. But equilibrium eluded. Ryan's nightmares resurfaced post-paternity, visions blending blade with baby's cry. Therapy deepened, EMDR sessions exhuming. Alex balanced billable hours with bottle shifts, solo practice thriving but taxing. Climax crested casual, precinct holiday party, Elias and Carrier cooing at badges. Brass approached Ryan. Promotion, Lieutenant? If you want. Temptation tangled. Leadership meant less street. More strategy, safer for fatherhood? Debate over eggnog. Lead change from top, Alex urged. Acceptance, yes, with conditions, queer inclusion mandates. Spring surged renewal. Alex's practice expanded, clerking a non-binary intern. Riley from DC, full circle. Book sequel pitched, Parenthood's plot twists. Elias's first dotted calendar, crawl chaotic, word dual dedicated. Park picnics with Lena's fam, playdates blending blues and books. Yet under sunny skies, storms stirred. National election cycle, anti-LGBTQ rhetoric ramping. Alex's firm sued over voter suppression targeting queer districts, Ryan's unit patrolling rallies. Tension threaded home, dinner debates, Elias babbling buffer. Vigilance vowed, family pact, therapy tune-ups, date nights diaper-free. Anniversary second, balloon redux, Elias with sitters, skies clear. Summer solstice, 2 years post-vows. Promotion ceremony, Alex pinning stars, Elias clapping pudgy hands. Toast collective, to crashes that catalyze. Fall brought full circle, crash anniversary, plaque visit, now with toddler totes, flowers laid. Elias touched metal, querying Papa help. Ryan knelt. Yeah, buddy. Help start us. Book tour wrapped triumphant, sequel greenlit. Practice pro bono pulse strong, clients wins weaving wider web. Winter's hush heralded harmony. Holidays hybrid, Texas trek with Tyke. Grandparents melting, grandpa's lap lessons in law. Ryan's leadership bloomed, precinct pride parade contingent, first under his watch. Parenthood's palette painted profound, Elias's rainbow crayon scribbles, lullabies laced love. Challenges? Chronic. Merge rumors quelled, nightmares muted, rhetoric rebuffed in court. In starlit beds, bodies bookended by baby monitor glow, whispers wove, twists tamed. Ryan's murmur. Tamed? No. Traversed. Together. Alex's kiss. Always. And so, from viral velocity to veiled victories, their saga scripted on, love's lexicon, defying deletes, drafting destiny's draft, enduring, electric, eternal.